everybody. So I'm at my local store where they're supposed to be getting in 150 chicks, and I'm helping out with any sick ones, any really bad ones. I'll probably take a few home and try to save them. I'm about to go in and see if they're here yet and what they have and how they're doing. I'm concerned because it's only 7 degrees, and yesterday conditions were really bad. In fact, schools were canceled, so definitely not good weather to be shipping chicks in. So I will be back and we'll see what we're dealing with here. So I'm back home. The store got in 80 chicks, but due to the weather, had a lot of casualties, which is sad. You know, I think the unfortunate thing about large hatcheries sometimes is they're in it for the money, right? So, but the worst ones were probably the bantams, because bantams are more fragile than standard size birds. So a lot of those didn't make it. I got there at about 9:30 in the morning, and I started giving some vitamins and holding some of them, and they started to come around after some time. I brought a bag with me actually, and I'll show you what I had in there. I give these vitamins here. This is polyvisol. It's actually an infant vitamin, and it works really well. There is another version of this with added iron. You never want to give chicks iron because it causes constipation similar to like humans. So if you use vitamins, do not use any with iron. I brought Band-Aids actually, because sometimes if you find a chick that isn't walking right, maybe the toes are curling over. I had that a couple times here with my chicks. And so I'll show you what I do with that, with a Band-Aid. What you're going to do is you're going to cut out the middle part, the white part there, and you'll just have the two ends. One end you'll put on the bottom of the foot, and then carefully spread the toes out and put the top part over the top part of the foot. And then leave that on. I found that within a week or two it will start to straighten out by itself. And I brought some apple cider vinegar with me, some Vet RX, some medical tape, and a medicine dropper in my bag. Now there was one chick in particular that just was laying on its side and not moving around much, and I was holding it in my hands real tight because the warmth of your hands can help, and I was giving it vitamins, and I even told the manager, I thought, wow, I think this one's going to die next, because it was at the point where his head was down and there was labored breathing, and to the point where I could feel the heart rate slowing down. And unfortunately, I had to leave for a meeting. I probably could have stayed to help all day long. I just enjoy it so much. But I had to go, so I did all I could for that one. I put it back in the brooder, and I thought for sure when I went back it wouldn't be alive anymore, but it was. A few of them that were the worst off I did bring home with me, so, you know, and I don't want to handle them too much because they've been through so much stress. But I'll show you these guys in a couple minutes here. I am hearing more peeping coming from these guys, more than I did in the store, so I'm hopeful and I'll keep you updated. One of them did have a little bit of pasty butt, so that's what the apple cider vinegar is for. You can just put a few drops of that in the water. And what you want to do after you've cleaned the poop off the vent area, you want to put a little bit of petroleum jelly or olive oil to prevent poop from caking up further on the back end. Now, I've read articles where some people say, don't use olive oil because it can go bad or something like that, but I've had a lot of success with olive oil, just a tiny drop back there, and I've had it always clear up pretty nicely. Another thing that you can find is vitamin deficiency. That's why a couple of my chicks that I had before would have the curls, the toes curling over. Again, I use the polyvisol vitamins. Also, respiratory issues can be a problem in chicks. You don't want to put your brooder anywhere where it could be drafty. You don't want to put it in a damp basement or garage. And it's very important that you make sure any towels or rugs nearby aren't washed in a heavy smelling laundry detergent. And you don't want to be burning candles and things like that around the chicks because they will start to sneeze and they could develop respiratory issues. So I will show these guys to you. So here's the 3 that were the worst off that I brought home. That black one, black and grayish one up front is actually the one that I thought for sure wasn't going to make it, but as you can see, it's moving around now, and the 2 in the back there as well. So these were, let me put this heater back. These were just marked as Bantam assortment. So I don't know what breeds they are. They do have feathered feet. So I'm thinking they might be Cochins. I'll take this one here out for a second. That's doing better. Hi, honey. Hi, honey. Hi, honey. Come on, come see. Yes. Yes. And one of the other ones was breathing really, really heavy. Now you can find chicks panting sometimes if the heat is too high, but all the rest of them were fine, so I wasn't quite sure what was going on with that one. That's one of the ones I have towards the back of my brooder there. But since I've got that one home, the breathing is now normal for that chick, so I'm hopeful that that I can save these guys. There you go. One of the other ones was out not too long ago, taking a drink and walking around. Hi. So cute. Oh. Looks like a good poop. Might be a little runny, so we'll keep an eye on that. So part of the reason that I volunteered at the store to help with chicks and any sick ones that they might have gotten in, and that I'm videoing all this, is because I kind of wanted to make the point that there are people out there like me that would take sick and injured or defective chicks. You know, I think a lot of hatcheries and breeders tend to just kill birds when they hatch and they have some sort of issue, but it's really simple to reach out and just ask around, because there are chicken rescues, and like I said, I take in birds when I can. Don't everybody call me though, because I only have so much room here. But if you have experience and you've done this kind of thing before, you can volunteer. Just say, hey, you know, I know you have chicks coming in. Can I help with any ailing ones? And I'll update you about these guys in a day or two. And hopefully I'll still have 3 of them going here. Now, because I have some diseases outside in my outdoor flock, I've got Marek's disease and I've had issues with a respiratory illness. I have to vaccinate these chicks for Marek's disease, so I will post a video on how to vaccinate. I'm going to wait a little bit with these guys because, like I said, they were under a lot of stress here. Go under the heater. Oh, we're in the food bowl. And I actually wanted to mention to you someone named Becca who took in a little bantam cochin that was hatched with a really bad defect, but her chicken is living a wonderful, happy life. And like I said, there's people out there like me and her who take these little chicks and nurse them back to health. Mumble was hatched in May 2015, and she actually was born without either of her eyes. And many people told Becca that she should just kill the chicken, or the chick. And Becca didn't want to give up. So Mumble seemed healthy otherwise, and she raised her. Mumble is now an adult hen and lays eggs and lives a wonderful, happy life. Becca takes her to parks. Here she is at the beach. And this just goes to show that there is always hope. And these chicks that are born with issues can live normal, happy lives. Becca has a few other chickens as well, so Mumble has some friends. She's actually a gorgeous bird, but you can tell how happy Mumble is. Thanks so much for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will update you later on how my 3 chicks are doing. Thank you.